when you look at the tutorial, just have patience, okay? Because some people are in a rush, and some people, they don't have patience. They like their attention span, it's like a 5 second to 5 minutes, okay? So just doing the videos and the tutorials and telling you all these things is for your own convenience. If you get to the end of the video with the information that I'm giving to you, because I'm not getting paid for it, okay? And I don't care if you subscribe and like the video. I don't care about that, okay? So I'm just telling you the truth, as hard as it is, because I like animation and I'm a fan of animations, okay? And I work with iClone and CC character creator that is from, say, company Revolution, and I work with other I mean, any animation tools like Dash Studio and other Maya and Unreal Engine and blah blah. Even though I have not done tutorials about that, because I just want to focus on iClone. But right now I'm looking at the AI, and it's very convenient because you don't have to do a lot of work in the program, in a program, and you don't have to wear off your eyesight, okay? You don't have to do that. You can just write a prompt, and it's not easy to write, and that's one of the reasons why I'm going to do a tutorial about that when writing prompts for any kind of AI service. When writing prompts, it's easier to write prompts, so and then just get a video or an image render, and then do a video from that image rendered, okay? Anyways, going now to the heavy, okay? Just look at the heavy, $300. This is a month, okay? A month. This is $300 a year, okay? But this is the premium. This is the heavy, and it's pretty much for big companies and businesses. They can pay for that, okay? Probably $300 a month for them is nothing, okay? If it's worth it. But even if I had a business and I could pay for that, I wouldn't pay for this, okay? It's not worth the service, because there's not much difference between what you can do in the premium and what you can do in the business, okay? I know that for certain, okay, because I did a research on that, and there's not much of a difference. The only difference is that you have more access to more renders, images, more this, more that, and assistance. And I don't know if this one actually will give you that kind of live support for customers. This one you don't get any support at all, zero support. This one maybe you do. I don't know. I have not done any research, but I think, for what I know from the agent and Supergrok, the agent told me, because he did a research for me, the agent told me that they actually don't get support. They don't get support. I think they only get support if it's something like really important. Then that's when they get some kind of live support. But other than that, it's the same stuff. So this is it's $90 a month. Okay, this is 67% off, 67% off. Okay, it's not worth it, guys. You wanna do just a try and feel, the touch and feel of Supergrok for $9.90. It was less for what I paid for it, because it's at 67%. Okay, I got it at 50%, so you get a 16% more discount, and it's just for 3 months. So you're gonna be paying $9.90, which is pretty much $30 for 3 months. That's what you're gonna be paying. But as I told you, it's not worth it. I'm gonna be doing tutorials about Supergrok and the Imagine tool, and the tutorial, like I said, is going to be for all AI sites, okay? And it's not just going to be limited for Supergrok, but it works the same. So with this, I wanted to finish this thing about comments. I just hate it, when they lie to people. I hate when they lie to people. This is your money, guys. You're working for it. It's not like you go to work and then you're getting paid, just for drinking coffee and having a night chat with the people around you, any co-workers, no, you are working for your money, so make sure your money is worth paying a service. This is not worth it, okay? As simple as that. And you have over here two tabs. It's one for individual and the other one is for business. Of course, it's going to change for business, and then you have these other kind of offers that they give you. I have Supergrok for 3 months. This is my last month. Okay, they have different offers all the time, and it seems like a good deal at the moment. Not because of the monthly payments that you do, because they have the light, they have the premium, and they have the heavy. Before they only had the premium, which is this one right here, and the heavy. They are not showing the light. I don't know why, because probably a lot of people are not getting anything at all. But let me tell you about the lies of Grok, okay? These are lies, okay? These are lies because I have the program. I have the access to the AI site. So I can tell you things. About the Grok build, I have no idea what this is for, okay? I don't know what this is for. It's always there when you are going into the program, into the AI site. But then it says it's 5 times longer conversations in chat. That's false, okay? That's entirely false. I mean, I get upset because I paid money for it and you are not getting what you're paying for, okay? This is false advertisement, okay? I just want to let you know that. And I'm not getting paid for this, okay? Like a lot of people who are doing promotions, for advertising for Supergrok, and they are saying, oh, it's a great service and the best renders and this and that and blah blah, and you have this. It's a lie, okay? Anyone who is promoting this site and is getting paid, is being sponsored, they are always lying. That's for sure, guys, okay? I'm not getting paid, so I'm telling you the straight facts, okay? 5x longer conversations in chat, that's totally wrong. You have a limit in chat, and let me tell you that the limit is reached by the amount of text that whether you are speaking, and then you have all these text appearing. So it's going to be limited by how much text you say. You're going to reach a cap, and I think now, because I just noticed this week, and it's always, they are always adding something new to downgrade the service, okay? But because I noticed that when the agent is responding to you, now it also counts, the responses of the agent. So the more text you have in the chat, whether it's just you talking and that becoming speech to text, then it's going to be piling up and you're going to reach a cap, and then you won't be able to use the agent anymore in the chat, okay? You won't be able to do it until next day, 24 hours. Now, it says more usage at lightning fast speed. That's lightning fast speed. They put the word lightning. Just let me laugh about it, okay? Lightning fast speed, a lot of AI services, they do have lightning fast speed, okay? It's not Supergrok, it's not the only one, okay? If that's what they mean, okay? What they mean is that fast speed, that's it, okay? And they put a speed thing, which you're going to see in this video. I wanted to add this because I get upset, when they start doing this kind of promotions and putting all these things that are lying to people. One of the things is once you pay the service, there's no refund. That's the thing. I paid for the service and I was not satisfied because they were downgrading the service so much, and they keep downgrading the service. They keep downgrading. Pay attention to what I'm saying, okay? They keep downgrading the service. So what I did is I called my bank and I told the bank that this was a scam, okay? So my bank has it as a scam, period. I do have other AI services that I pay for, and I can use NSFW, and it allows me to do action things and horror things and blah blah, and put something like explosions and gore and things like that. That Supergrok is limited, or it does weird things when you do things like that or try to do things like that. So anyways, lightning speed, it's not true, okay, guys. It's not true, okay? Don't go for that. Just because they put lightning speed, what do they mean? Like in a second it's gonna render an image, or in a second it's gonna render a video. It's not true, okay? That's not gonna happen. You still have to wait, okay? And it takes time. For a video, it takes time, depending, on how big is your prompt and how complicated your video is gonna be. So the only thing is that it allows you to put a lot of things in the prompt, which is a good thing. That's the only thing, okay? Other than that, it takes about the same amount of time that any AI service will give you, period, okay? Anyways, you're gonna see the review. Upload more, it says upload more files for smarter help. I don't even know what they mean by that. I'm sorry, I have to laugh because I don't even know what they mean by that. And then lightning fast replies. What kind of replies? Are they talking about the agent? Because yeah, if it's in regards to the agent, you are interacting to the agent, and it's a fast reply. You are. It's like talking to somebody, and you're getting the response right away. But if they are talking about replies when you are trying to contact the service, first of all, you never get any customer support, zero customer support. You never get anyone, any real person getting back at you, okay, and actually fixing anything, any problems you have, or any taking care of any feedback or complaints that you may have. There's nobody, okay, nobody to actually get back to you. There's no real people that are going to be helping you out in any way, okay. So zero customer support. So fast replies, that's a lie, okay. If they are talking about customer support, it's just a lie. It doesn't exist, period, okay. As simple as that. It doesn't exist, and it's really annoying. And once you cancel your membership, if you could do feedback before, and if you could complain in a way, like fill out a form and just send it, you cannot do that anymore, okay. Just want to let you know that beforehand, because it's really annoying. At other AI services that are not in the US, okay, other AI services, they do have a quick reply and from a real person. And even the managers get involved when you are not satisfied with the service. They get involved. And if you want a refund, and if you've used their service, I'm not going to say it's for all of them, because it's not for all of them, but there's maybe one or two. It's a POLLO.ai. You can actually get to the manager, okay, and the manager can take care of your problem and will give you a refund. Even if you've used the service already for over a month, they'll give you a refund, or even for 2 months, they'll give you a refund, okay. If you tell them the problem and that you're not satisfied with the service and things like that, they actually give you the refund, okay. They actually did to me. They gave me the refund for I had already used the service for 3 months or 4 months, and I was not satisfied because I paid for an annual service, and I was not satisfied because there was a little bit of problem changing my email address. And anyways, they gave me the refund. I was gonna call the bank, but I didn't have to. They actually gave me the refund. But Grok, they will not give you the refund, okay. So I had to call the bank, and I got my refund back, okay, for the 3 months, because I was not satisfied. I was very upset with Grok, and that's the reason why I'm doing these videos, because so that you know how it works. I'm gonna be doing tutorials about how to use the Imagine tool, and about the command prompts. And the command prompts is gonna be a tutorial for anything, okay, for any kind of AI site, okay. It's not gonna be just for Supergrok. It's gonna be for any AI site. Just gonna give you tips on how to build the prompt. Anyways, so this is all a lie, okay. So don't go for that. Now I paid. It was a 50% because it's $30 a month, so it was $90. I paid just half of it, which was 45. Now they lower that more because they want to catch people, okay. They want to catch people. Don't go for services like this, okay. Supergrok is not worth it, okay. The only thing that's worth it about Supergrok, but it's not the only one, is the image quality. That's it. And that some of the renders, you don't have to be so complicated, to get a good render. Well, actually, I do have to be complicated with Supergrok, so let me change that, okay. I'm sorry. But other AI services, they give you the same kind of quality that you get in Supergrok, and the same kind of renders in the way of also writing prompts. Some services, some AI services are not as complicated as Supergrok, in the way that for Supergrok, you have to write a command prompt, and you have to give it all these details, okay, so that it does what you wanted it to do. In other AI services, they are more intuitive. So in other AI services, the AI will have this kind of intuition of what you want, and it will render something very, very close to what you wanted. And writing prompts, probably by the third prompt, you get what you actually were looking for. In Supergrok, no. In Supergrok, you can write up to 10 prompts, or even more than 10 prompts, and you are still not getting what you wanted, okay? Because Supergrok is very picky. Okay, I'm just gonna say it like that. It's very picky. It has an attitude. So anyways, the model has an attitude, and it's really hard. And the reason why it has an attitude is because they have a restriction for the NSFW. So I'm not talking about doing nudes, okay, guys. It's not about doing nudes. It's about whatever the avatar is wearing. You know, you cannot have an avatar really wearing something like a bikini in the beach, you know, and having a party with friends and blah blah. You cannot do that because it's very revealing, and then you have other friends, and then it's intuitive. So it's very intuitive in regards to pornography per se. So it's gonna count it like if it was pornography when it's not pornography. Okay, it's just a party at the beach. Okay, and you cannot do that. Okay, so everybody has to be dressing like a nun, you know, or like a priest maybe. I have to say it like that, you know, because that's the only way you can do an NSFW. I have a video. You know, I know that the video I made before, it was long. It was one of them was a 1 hour video, but let me tell you, it is worth it. I think if you go into the video and actually hear what I have to say in regards to the NSFW, because when you write command prompts, okay, and you're not writing pornography, okay, anything that's porn, you're not doing anything like that, okay, but you're doing an action movie, you're doing a battle fight, you know, battle space fight, you are doing anything that has to do with a police, you know, and maybe murder, homicide, you know, you're doing things like that. You cannot do it in Supergrok because he has so many filters, you know, that even a little ant is really hard, you know, to get through those filters. Okay, they leave such a tiny space, you know, for you to actually do any kind of video. I'm gonna tell you something about Supergrok. I've never used Supergrok for videos. Okay, I never did. Okay, just a couple of videos I've done, and it's really hard. I'm gonna do some introductions as Supergrok in the imaging tool so that you can see, and it's going to be general. Okay, it's not going to be just for Supergrok. It's going to be for any kind of AI service that you may go to. Okay, if you have any AI services that allows NSFW, still when writing prompts and wanting to get a video, you still need to know how to write prompts, and I'm going to show you what I mean. Okay, because I like adventure, I like sci-fi, I like fantasy, I like horror, okay, mystery, things like that, you know, I like those kinds of genre. Okay, and writing prompts for those genre, and then having the different kinds of models in different kinds of AI sites do what you wanted it to do, it's not really easy. And I want to show you in a tutorial about prompts,